BrockDodd, and the thing I'm going to be talking about today is education systems. As you know, education systems across the world are going to greatly differ from continent to continent, area to area. The four areas that I'm going to talk about first, or in all, is Europe, Asia, America, and the Middle East. As you can suspect, all four areas greatly differ. We're going to start with Europe. Cool little slide. Europe, one of the things you'll notice about Europe is that Europeans, they go to school and it's all about school. Like, there's no sports, there's no anything like that. You go to school for school, and if you do sports, it's outside of school. So they go to school. Most of the people, or most of the schools in Europe are required to wear uniforms, and there it's not like here where uniforms are a real hot topic and a big debate, and there's people voting on whether uniforms should be in school. There it's kind of expected, and it's not really a topic of debate. One thing about Europe is that they have to decide what they want to do later on in life between a technical path or university path at the age of 12. So they kind of set what they're going to do in their minds at 12, picking whether they want to go technical or university. In Germany especially, they pick basically which university they want to go to at the age of 13. Also, in Europe, the teachers are paid more than what they would be here. That's due to the fact that in Europe, the citizens pay more taxes than what they would here, and being a teacher in Europe is a more well-respected position than, say, in America. Here's another picture of English students in high school, and as you can tell, they're wearing uniforms, and it's just a common practice there to wear uniforms. The next area of the world I'm going to talk about is Asia. Asia, more so than most places in the world, has a very rigorous school system. You go to school there, and there's not very many breaks. You don't get long spring break, long summer break. School is one of the most important things in Asian countries such as China and Japan. In Japan, school is very, very competitive. Like, everybody works really hard, and to get into a higher education system, you have to really apply yourself because it's highly competitive to reach the university system. And also there, you decide what you want to be later on in life at the age of 15. And the poverty rate, the gap between poverty and being very wealthy is large there. So that's why it's so competitive. If you don't apply yourself, you're either going to be dirt poor or well off in the world. One thing to notice about Asia as well is, unlike America, they're taught a lot of religion, and here religion's kind of a taboo thing to learn, but there they'll study all different kinds of religion and more worldly things, whereas in America we'll just study American things, and religion is kind of separated from schools. They also wear a lot of uniforms as well, as you can tell from this picture. The next area I'm going to talk about is, of course, America. In America, you will not be taught anything about religion, or you may learn bases of religion, but you won't go into depth about it because religion is considered very taboo. The Americans go to school from the age of 5 to 18, and then from there they choose either a university path or a technical path. In America, what you'll also notice in comparison to other countries is there's a huge importance of sports and the fact that the school systems will put a lot of money into sports more so than education, because sports, playing for a sports team in high school in America is considered a representation of the community. You're representing your town, and that's why sports is such a big thing in America. Pictures like this you won't see in any other country except for America. That's because a school is considered, the symbol of the community, the symbol of the town. The last area I'm going to be talking about is the Middle East. The Middle East is very, very underdeveloped. In fact, 40% of the students there are illiterate. So there's not very many schools there. It's very, very underdeveloped, but that is changing due to an American presence there and Middle Eastern countries becoming more democratic. And America's kind of changing the way that the Middle East is seen, and more schools are popping up, and they're starting to learn more. And especially in the Middle East, religion is very, very well studied, and you'll often in countries like Iraq, they'll be studying the Quran and other religious books more so than math and science. But those are the 4 areas that I wanted to talk about that differ in education systems. My name is BrockDodd. Thank you for your time.